Yo, what's up guys, Shad here, and welcome to my first cross-league friendly game. And we're playing Lars El Scizor of the Borussia Donphan of the GBA. Good friend of mine, I've known him for quite a while now. GPC Season 1 champion, I've known him since that season, so that's pretty cool. And the GBA has an off week, or 2 off weeks I think. And he was like, yo, I want a friendly. I was like, yo, I can do that, and now we're having a friendly, and it's all funny. It's all fun and dandy, I think. I don't know. But yeah, the drafting systems are very different, which causes there to be a bit of a weird thing between teams. I think his team is overall a little bit better. That's just because the drafting systems are different. But, you know, that's what happens if you have a cross-league friendly. But yeah, I'll put both drafts on the screen right now. Mine is from the spreadsheet and his is just a Skype message, but what can you do? His draft consists of Landorus Incarnate, which is actually banned in the PPL and in the SCL. So it's been a while since I had to face, I think, since PPL Season 1. And it's spooky, but yeah. Azumarill, Crobat, Cobalion, Tangrowth, Delphox, Slowking, Scolipede, Druddigon, Luxray, and Mega Absol. Very scary stuff. I think he overall has the slightly better matchup. It's not like an impossible matchup. I think he is just slightly better because of things like Landorus, I, and Azumarill just taking a huge dump on my team, and it's not fun. And I think the Cobalion, which can be scary if I don't prep for them right, and if he plays them right. And Mega Absol is always really annoying, and he has been playing it very well in GBA so far. So yeah, and I think I built a pretty good team to combat that, and I'm just gonna get right into that. First thing we're bringing is Jura, the Choice Banded Terrakion, because who doesn't like a Banded Terrakion, right? Justified, Close Combat, Stone Edge, Toxic, and Scizor. Toxic is there to catch Tangrowth on the switch in, to wear a thing down to the point where if he switches in, even after he got Regenerator, he gets 2 killed by Close Combat, or even Stone Edge, or Scizor. Scizor is there because it hits both of his main defensive Pokemon are Tangrowth and Slowking. I hit both of them reliably and super effectively and pretty hard with that Scizor. I didn't really need anything else, so it's basically just a filler move. So it's Toxic. I just, Terrakion usually doesn't need much coverage, but I wanted to choice band. I don't think I get the opportunity to set up against his team, because most of his defensive Pokemon hit me very hard. So choice band is the right choice in this case, I feel. And Band Terrakion just like a truck. It also outspeeds almost everything on his team. Mega Absol outspeeds, Scolipede outspeeds, which I don't think he's going to bring Scolipede, but he could very well do that. And Crobat outspeeds, and Cobalion outspeeds because I'm only running enough speed to outspeed his Delphox. I'm not trying to risk a speed tie with Cobalion. That's just, I'm not down with that. I'm really not. So I just decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna outspeed Delphox and hope that it works. And yeah, I'm not gonna risk a speed tie. That's just not, nope. So yeah, that's Terrakion. Moving on, we're bringing Fred the Alamomola, Rocky Helmet Regenerator, Scald, Wish, Protect, and Calm Mind. Max HP, well, 248 HP, 252 defense, Bolt Nature, and 8 in special defense. This is my switch into Azumarill. That's what it is. That's what it's there for. It also helps me deal with Cobalion, which is the exact reason why I have Calm Mind. Because sub SD Cobalion can sub on Alamomola all day because Scald doesn't break the sub. And to break its sub, I would need a lot of special attack investment, or a lot of attack investment and Wake Up Slap. I'm not about that life, so so that this thing isn't complete setup for that, I decided to pack Calm Mind. I didn't really need anything else, and with Calm Mind I can actually do a decent amount of damage to his team. Well, not damage, but I can beat his team slowly but surely if it really comes down to that point, because his physical attackers can't usually touch me except for like Bandit Azumarill. Which is another thing, if I get up Calm Minds, I can at least do some damage with Scald, and then of course have that burn chance, and have Azumarill not be as spooky dooky. Yeah, Rocky Helmet is there because I want to get the chip damage off on Azumarill if it is Belly Drum especially, and on Cobalion. Yeah, this also deals with Scolipede really well. So, but once again, I'm not expecting Cobalion, I'm expecting Scolipede because I have an Alamomola, I have a Fragilus, I have a Miltank, I have so much physical bolt that Scolipede doesn't really do much. If he brings it, it's going to be the baton passing variant, and I'm going to shit myself. I'm not actually sure if the GBA has the baton passing claws. I'm pretty sure they don't. Actually, yeah, they don't, because I've seen things happen. We don't either because it's unnecessary league format, I think. Anyway, that's Fred the Alamomola. I hope it's not going to be set up for other because that's what exactly it's there for. So, Seeing as Landor's Eye is a massive threat, I need to switch in, and that is Conan the Bronzong with the Colbur Berry. Levitate is the ability, Stealth Rocks, Gyro Ball, Toxic and Earthquake, max HP, max defense, with a relaxed nature, 8 in attack, well, 248 HP, doesn't really make a difference. Colbur Berry is there because Life Orb knockoff is going to do buttload from Lando, and this way it won't. Simple as that. This also prevents me from getting completely and utterly butt-fucked by a Pursuit trapping Mega Absol. I can switch out on a thing, but the Colbur Berry Pursuit isn't going to do anything because I am physically defensive. The reason I'm physically defensive is because Lando I can't touch mute any of its special moves. Focus Blast could do a good chunk, but I don't think he's bringing Focus Blast because Earth Power Tweet kills Miltank anyway, and Focus Blast is a roll to OHKO if I'm Spadef. So yeah, I don't think he has a reason to run Focus Blast, and even so I can take one, and it's all going to be fine and dandy. Toxic is there to catch things like Slowking, Tangrowth, and Switchin', and just general his more bulky mons. Stealth Rocks are going to be very nice if I can get them up, but he does have that Mega Absol, he does have Defogger and Crobat. Could be kind of annoying, but I'm going to try. If I can get them up, it's going to be very, very important. Especially if it brings things like Delphox. Gyro Ball does a lot of damage to his team, he has a lot of fast Pokemon like Lando, like Absol, etc. And it's going to do good damage. Earthquake is just there for Cobalion. If he decides to bring Magnetized Cobalion, which I was warned by Shroom because Loris likes to run that. I've seen it multiple times. I think multiple times. At least once. Maybe twice. Maybe even more than that. I am not sure. But yeah, he likes to run Magnet Rise. But if he does that, he can't be a setup variant that can set up on Alomola and have Magnet Rise, because he's gonna get burned eventually. He could have Lumberry, but even if he boosts up, Alomola can take its hits. If he's sub SD, he's not gonna have Magnet Rise, or he's gonna be one stab, which is not very smart against my team. Because I have a Ghost type, I have Alomola, which is just Iron Head. So yeah, I don't think he's bringing Magnet Rise against me. If he's bringing Cobalion, I don't think it's a thing. So yeah, moving on, we're bringing Lubbock, the Greninja, Expel Torrent, because Pony is bad. Scald, Ice Beam, U-Turn, and Gunk Shot, 200 speed with Naive Nature, that allows me to outspeed his Mega Absol, max special attack, and 56 in attack. With this moveset, I actually hit his team really hard. The only thing I can take every hit really well is Slowking. Slowking doesn't really care. I had Dark Bolts for a long time, and not too long before the battle I changed it to Scald, because I can get burns, and also he doesn't have anything that can benefit from getting scalded. Basically, he has Absol with Justified, and Cobalion with Justified. We can take advantage of me going for Dark Pulse. I don't want any of that, so I'm running Scald and try to snack some burns on things. If he can get, like, his main walls are both, his main switches too, are both regenerator mons, and having a burn on them is going to be so nice, maybe even better than Toxic. So yeah, I have the option to do both, which is cool. U-Turn for initiative, it also does a good chunk to Slowking. It does something to Tank Growth, and I think it's my most damaging move for Mega Absol if I remember correctly. Maybe Scald does a little bit more. It should do around the same, so that's nice. Initiative is also very nice against the team. Gunk Shot, of course, 2-hit KO is normal. Even without Protein, I 2-hit KO the thing. Not a 1-hit KO like Protein variant would be. But you know, also decided to Extra Belt over Life Orb, because Absol is spooky. I don't want to get too low, so I can still take a Sucker Punch. So yeah, does around half, I think, if he is Adamant. I don't remember correctly, but it does a good chunk, basically. So, next up, we're bringing Rotom Limo, the Rotom Mo with the Choice Scarf, Levitate, Volt Switch, Leaf Storm, HP Ice, and Trick. Max special attack, modest, 224 speed and 32 in HP. That allows me to outspeed a plus speed natured Luxray, I think. Should be. And yeah, this set actually hits his team really hard. I don't have T-Bolt. I would like to have T-Bolt, but I think Trick is much more important to get rid of. For example, Time Growth, Assault Vest, and stuff like that. Whatever Druddigon may have, if he brings that. Druddigon can actually be a threat, but I can deal with it, I think. But Druddigon can definitely be a big problem. HP is, of course, to OHKO the Landorus Eye. Since I'm scuffed, I will speed it unless he is scuffed or has a Rock Polish up, which I can hopefully prevent from happening. And I just OHKO it unless he's Yachi Berry or world's bulkiest Landorus Eye. And yeah, he doesn't have a good switch into the thing outside of the Tangrowth. which is nice because I can trick that thing and then HPI is 2 kills if he's not Assault Vest. Because Tangrowth special defense really isn't good without an Assault Vest. So, at this point, I realized that Delphox kinda wrecks my team. First I was like, okay, I'm just gonna hope that he doesn't bring it. Because my team doesn't deal well with it. But then I ran calcs with Miltank, and holy fuck, it takes on Delphox like it's nothing. A Specs Psychic has a 5.9% chance to 3 KO me. There's choice Specs. I was gonna calc Life Orb and hope I could take that reasonably well. Even Specs, I can take it because Miltank is an absolute fucking boss. So yeah, Lucy Miltank with the leftover Thick Fantasy ability, Body Slam, Milk Drink, Curse, and Heal Bell, Max HP, Max Special Defense, 4 attack. So this one kind of like, oh, let's calculate for Delphox against Miltank. Oh, I can even take Specs. Nice. Then I look at this team and was like, oh, Curse Tank. Excuse me. Holy. Curse Tank can win. It can. That's pretty nice. Let's run Curse Tank. So that's what we have right here. I have Heal Bell over Earthquake. I was considering Earthquake to hit the Cobalion harder, but Heal Bell is nice for team support. And I can also set up on Slowking this way if he doesn't have Focus Blast or anything of that sort. Because even if he burns me, I can just Heal Bell it off and it's all gonna be fine and dandy. And yeah, if he has Sleep Powder on Tangrowth, for example, could also be annoying. Just general scope and Slowking or anything on my team. Random Poison Jab, Poison from Scolipede. Potential Toxics, they could always be there. And yeah. So, that's a team. Things I'm scared of. Cobalion. Cobalion is a threat. Obvious things I'm scared of course, Mega Absol, Landorus Eye, Azumarill. Those are always going to be scary. That's pretty obvious. Delphox I can handle because of Miltank and because of Greninja outspeeding it, Terrakion outspeeding it, and both of them just destroying its soul. Tangrowth is a huge annoyance. I don't really have the best of switch-ins. But that's just how my SCL Week 2 match went as well. And we dealt with it in the end. So, and if he baton passes things with Scolipede, I'm going to be very sad. And I'm going to cry a river, maybe even 2. So yeah, that's team. Let's just get right into the battle and see what happened. Okay, so with the battle, you can see what the last side to bring. Crobat, Landorus Eye, Mega Absol, Tangrowth, Azumarill, and Slowking. Pretty much what I expected. Crobat is kind of a necessity for him this match because I have Spikes, I have T-Spikes, and I think he has to bring it because it's the only Defogger. But he also has Mega Absol, Heal, Magic Bounce, so. But it doesn't switch into Greninja, you know, which gets Spikes and T-Spikes, so. Was kind of expecting Crobat. The Regenerator Core was obvious, Landorus Eye was obvious. Mega Absol was also to be expected, and so was Azumarill. Like, these were basically 6 months that he had to bring. I was still worried about other months like Cobalion. I'm glad he didn't bring that because, as I said, it's a threat. I also know Scolipede for baton passing shenanigans, which is nice. Yeah, that's it. Lost and I were in call doing this, and if you want to see how that worked out, that's on his channel. I live recorded that and uploaded it, and it was pretty fun. And check out Lars, link is in the description down below. He's a fantastic dude. He's really good at your Pokemon, and really lucky too. So, yeah, he's in the GBA obviously because that's what happened in this match. And yeah, so seeing as I have a Rotom with a Choice Scarf, and his only left immunity is the Landorus Eye, which doesn't want to switch in, I'm just gonna lead with my Rotom, as he leads with his Crobat. That's perfect lead for me. I'm just gonna click Volt Switch. I could predict, you know, Lando or Tangrowth and go for HPIs. Not worth it in the slightest. I'm just gonna Volt Switch, do a good chunk to his Tangrowth. That tells me that he is in fact not Max Spadef Assault Vest. He's just Assault Vest. So, going to my Miltank, I can fake being Sap Sipper. I think at this point, I know at this point he was very sure that I was Sap Sipper. I'm not. And I can get set up a Curse because Tangrowth can't really touch me unless he has Focus Blast, which I don't think he's gonna have. So, he's gonna go into Crobat, go for Taunt. Body Slam does a lot. Don't get a Paralyze, which is unfortunate. He's gonna U-turn out of there. And I go for another Body Slam, which is fine. Slowking takes 41% from this +1 Body Slam. That also tells me that he's not physically defensive, which is good to know. Go for another Body Slam, does not good damage. He goes Focus Blast and misses, which is huge. I would have taken it, seeing as I know his set by now. I would have taken it relatively well, actually. But, you know, still unfortunate for him. I'm going to go for another Body Slam because I have no reason not to. Still don't get a Para on Tangrowth, which I'm actually pretty happy about. And I'm going to Rotom. I am not sure why I made this play, because I had no reason to. Tangrowth couldn't really touch me, but I don't know, I was just kind of worried about annoying things that might happen. But Rotom worked out perfectly because he goes back into his Crobat, and I'm here with my Rotom, and it's all fine and dandy. He's gonna switch out back into his Tangrowth. I'm gonna go for the HPIs, expecting either this or the Lando Eye, and that does a good chunk. However, I don't want to stay in. I don't want to take a potential Sludge Bomb or anything of that sort. And yeah, I'm going to go to my Elmole here, expecting him to go either into Slowking or something, or at Zoomer, what was the thing I'm mainly expecting. And since I was kind of expecting him to be a Spec Slowking, he had Focus Blast, and he's max HP confirmed. He's not defense invested, which kind of made me think he could very well be Specs. That's what my last opponent in the SCL, my second opponent in the SCL brought with his Slowking. So I was kind of expecting that. And after a Calm Mind, I can actually live Psychic relatively well with my Alomola. So I just set up a Calm Mind as he goes into his Crobat. So the legendary Alomola with Calm Mind has been revealed. He's gonna go for a Super Fang. And I go for the Scald. Don't get a burn with the Rocky Helmet damage. That would have been really nice with the burn, but you know. Right now I expect him to switch out into, I think I was expecting Tangrowth. No, I wasn't. What was I expecting? What am I doing? What is life? I was expecting to Roost. Yeah, I was expecting to either Roost or Taunt, and I go to my Terrakion because I can get a Banded Stone off on something. But he makes the best play possible for him. Unnecessary play on my part, not the best play, but you know. Now I have to find a switch in again, and it's gonna be my Rotom. He's gonna go for Earthquake because he's still scared of my Miltank being Sap Sipper. I can trick the thing, and this is huge. This thing losing its Assault Vest is so huge because now Gringer can easily Tweet Kill with Ice Beam. Rotom can Tweet Kill with HP Ice, and it cannot switch up its moves now, obviously. So that's nice. Rotom is now not a Scarf anymore. It's now slower than Absol and Lando and Crobat, but that's fine. Neutralizing this threat is so important, and yeah. And he doesn't want me to have his Assault Vest, so he's just gonna knock me off, get a crit, which is kind of annoying, but oh well. And right here, I'm gonna pause again. I'm pausing a lot, but I think this is a huge part in the game. I should have gone for HPIs. That was my best possible play by far. Knockoff would not have killed me from this range. Not even close, because my item was knocked off. He would have done nothing to me. And HPIs was an easy 2-hit KO on Tangrowth at this point. And if he switched into something like Slowking, I could have Volt Switched out on it anyway after that. After he takes an HPIs, I can just Volt Switch out. That's all fine. But he makes the switch into his Landorus, which I don't agree with, personally. But it all works out in the end, so I can't really complain. I should have gone for HPIs. That's a misplay on my part. And now Lando has a free switch in. I'm scared. I go into Terrakion because I was expecting him to knock off. Or the main thing I was expecting was him to pull a double into Mega Absol. I should stop pausing so much. But yeah, I was expecting to pull double into Mega Absol, expecting my Bronzor, but he goes for Gravity! I'm so happy that he does, because that's the side I was hoping he would have. I'm going to set my Terrakion, go for his Stone Edge, hoping he might be scared of, but this will put him in range for basically anything on my team, and that's fine. Now I can just go to my Gringer, Revenge Kill him with an Ice Beam as he goes into his Slowking, and that Ice Beam does 5%. That tells me that he's a max SPDF Assault Vest Slowking, which is good knowledge. It means he's not going to hit very hard. I'm going to U-turn out, get a crit, which is very nice, and go into my Slowking. He's going to go for Focus Blast. I can live that because he is a weird max SPDF Slowking set. I'm just going to go for Leaf Storm here. Not the best play, but I didn't want this Lander to get a free switch in. I was really worried about that thing, and I didn't want to risk him staying with the Slowking and losing my Rotom. So, I'm going to Volt Switch out. Tangrowth is going to take a good chunklet. Not really. And he's going to go for Knockoff. Get rid of my Cold Berry. It's fine. At this point, Bronzong is useless. So I'm just going to get my rocks, and Lando Eye is dead on switching. Unless the thing is going to go for Defog, it's dead. He doesn't. He goes for Super Fang, and I kill him with a Gyro Ball. Lando's Eye is dead. Beautiful. That threat is gone, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. So, he goes for Mega Absol. I don't need Bronzong. It's completely useless this game because he has Gravity. He goes for Pursuit. I live. I can get a Gyro Ball off, and he lives at 1%. This kit is why we don't want max speed on your Pokemon, because if he was max speed and no HP investment, he would have died, I'm pretty sure. He's just enough to outspeed my whatever next fest, Latias, I'm pretty sure. So he has some HP investment, and that's why he lived. Pay attention, kids, it's important. But this means he dies to rocks as well, which is nice. He now has 2 months that would die to rocks. Lando is gonna die, and you know, Absol is there. So I'm gonna go to my Greninja. I can live any hit because I'm faster. I can live a Sucker Punch. Just go for U-turn, knock out the Mega Absol, and that's we're up. No, it's now 4-4. So reason I went for U-turn, I don't want him to go into Azumarill, and I have to go for Gang Shot. It's not even gonna kill, and it's all sad. Gonna go my Rotom because it's my best play at this point. He only has slow Pokemon and a dead Landorus left, basically. HP Ice is a roll to kill from this range. I don't want to take it, so I'm just gonna Volt Switch out. Go to my Miltank, which he still thinks is Sap Sipper, which is beautiful. I've loved that very well this game. And I'm gonna go for Curse here, because at this point I can probably go for a game, because Slowking dies to a Body Slam right now. So I did 40% to him last time, 44.4, and I get a crit. He was at 40.4%. I did 40.6 the first time, and something at 38 last time. It was a roll basically. Didn't matter though because I got a crit, so might have mattered. Might have been really unfortunate there, but oh well. Pair off still does a lot because it's an Azumarill, and I'm not physically defensive, but I can take it because I'm a +1 Miltank. So he's gonna go for flinches here because it's Lars. He does get the flinch. It's his only play at this point. It really is. I don't blame him at all. But it also means I can go into my Alvamola now. Even if he's Belly Drum at this point, he can't Belly Drum anymore, which is beautiful. He takes Rocky Helmet damage, and right here I'm make my safest play possible, I think, and go to Rotom. I was kind of expecting him to go to Tangrowth right here because I felt like it was maybe his only play to win. But I don't need Rotom. So either way, this works out perfectly for me. I can either get initiative on him and yeah, catch a Tangrowth on the switch in, or sack my Rotom and it's all fine and dandy anyway. So he's gonna go for Play Rough, decide to stay in. And now I can go to my Miltank and just go for Body Slam. No way, I go for Miltank first. Excuse me. But that Waterfall is too much and decide, let's just go for Body Slam. That will probably kill him, and if it doesn't, I can just knock him out with a Skull from Greninja and then Ice Beam to Tangrowth, and the game is over. But as it turns out, I got a high roll with the Body Slam, I think. Fine by me. The game was over at this point, I think. Unless Tangrowth would have magically lived that Ice Beam from Greninja. It wouldn't have, so yeah. I'm just gonna sack my Miltank. I could have preserved the differential, but what's the point? This is not an actual league game. So yeah, I'm just gonna sack off my Miltank, go into Greninja, go for the Ice Beam, and that is the 2-0 victory for the Bayern Munich in this friendly match against the GBA's Borussia, Donphan, and Lars. GG Lars, that was a very fun game. I enjoyed that, mainly because I won, obviously. But yeah, my SCL draft is currently 4-0, 3-0 in the SCL, and now 1-0 here in friendly matches, which I don't know if I will do anymore. But this was fun. Yeah, MVP. I'm not actually sure who I want the MVP to be. Greninja put in work, Bronzong put in work, Miltank put in work, and also Rotom. Rotom was huge this game. It's the first game I brought it. It did huge work. So yeah, Terrakion got the important damage off from Landorus Eye, and Almola was there to not make me not lose to Crobat, Absol, Azumarill, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's gonna be the game. Once again, GG Lars. Make sure to check him out. The link is in the description down below. He's a fantastic dude, and we may or may not do something in the future again because we have something planned that we will just have to find the time for. So yeah, that's it. That's all there is. Was a fun game. SCL Week 4, I'm not sure when it's going to happen. A lot of people don't have played their Week 3 matches yet because of the holidays and stuff. And it's a casual league. I'm not going to be too annoyed by it. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. And maybe we'll have another friendly. I don't think I will because it's effort, and effort is bad. Also, GPC, my first GPC game is going to happen soon, so that's going to go up. Maybe some non-league content like Children Live, that should happen as well. A lot of people I want to record with. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave some nudes. I'll appreciate all three of those, and hopefully see you guys next time. Goodbye.